Hello everyone, this is Kowshik Sakinala. I'm a senior DevOps engineer, deeply passionate about cloud native infrastructure, automation, and GitOps practices. I worked across industries, modernizing deployments using Kubernetes, Helm, and GitLab CA. And today I'm here to talk about something I believe is the future of DevOps, which is called GitOps. Whether you are just exploring GitOps or looking to scale it across multiple teams, this talk will help you understand what it is, why it matters, and how real companies are leveraging it to transform operations. So let's start why we we need to use GitOps and why GitOps exists in the first place. Traditional infrastructure management, even with tools like Terraform or Ansible, still involves manual triggers, inconsistent environments, and often lacks visibility. GitOps flipped that model. It treats Git as a source of truth, allowing infrastructure changes to go through the same review, approval, and CI/CD pipelines as code. The 2023 State of Continuous Delivery report shows 52% of organizations already started using GitOps, and adoption is growing because it brings consistency, automation, and confidence to the table. In my past projects and in my current project, GitOps eliminated that it worked on dev but not on prod scenario. It unified the workflow. So I just want to talk about the key fundamentals of GitOps. There are like four key pillars that define GitOps. Version control. Git tracks every change to infrastructure just like app code. Declarative config. You declare the desired state using YAML or HCL files, continuous reconciliation. Agents like Argo CD check if your cluster matches what's in Git and fix it if it drifts. Collaboration. Now, infra can go through pull requests and approvals. You bring dev and ops into one streamlined workflow. I like to call this infrastructure meets software engineering principles, and that shift is really powerful. And I just want to start with the GitOps architecture and how the work flows. Think of it like this: a developer makes a change to Kubernetes manifest in Git. Let's say updating a memory limit or rolling out a new app version that triggers a PR, which gets reviewed and approved as soon as it is merged. Your GitOps controller picks it up and updates the cluster. If something goes wrong, you don't SSH it to the server, you roll back the Git commit. It's all versioned, auditable, and secure. So we use this model on a multi-cluster retail system. Every environment was in sync with Git, and even urgent fixes like hot fixes were tracked just like deployments. So I just want to share with you like what are the different tools and technologies out there. There are like primarily three GitOps tools where you can explore and use regarding to your organization. The first one is Argo CD, gives a beautiful UI to see what's deployed versus what's in Git. Great for teams starting with GitOps, is more lightweight and integrates nicely with customization and Helm. It's great for GitOps at scale. Jenkins X combines GitOps with CI pipelines and it's great for integrated dev workflows. Each tool has its place, and the beauty of GitOps is it's tool agnostic. The core idea stays the same. You can also integrate with the Secrets Manager like Kowshik of Vault or AWS Secrets Manager for secure config handling also. So now let's talk about the GitOps and Kubernetes integration. So Kubernetes and GitOps are like peanut and butter, like they just work together because Kubernetes is already declarative. You are just layering Git workflow on top of it. You store all your YAML files in Git and reconcile them automatically. You can manage not just apps, but entire infrastructure, namespaces, CRDs, ingresses, all declared. Let's talk about the benefits of GitOps implementation. So what's the actual impact of GitOps? Like 50 to 70% faster deployments, audit trails built in, like you have built in audit trails, consistent environments all over the like organization, one command rollback with Git revert in the real world project I worked on. We reduced post-deployment incidents by 40% within the first quarter of GitOps adoption. Why? Because there was no more guesswork. Everyone knew exactly what was running and when. Now I just want to talk about a few use case studies where companies like Spotify adopting GitOps. Spotify had a real challenge. It has 200 plus microservices, multi clusters, and no unified deployment process. They adopted one of the GitOps tools, Flux CD, then built Backstage as an internal platform that empowered like developers to self-serve their own deployments. The results are like 80% fewer failures, 3 times deployment speed. This is what happens when you combine GitOps with DevOps tools. And I just want to explore another case study. One of the biggest companies like Capital One story is all about they moved from manual to infra to Kubernetes and then they embraced the CD. Now they manage 3,000 plus apps consistently across environments and get this like they slashed deployment times by 90%. 90%. This proves like GitOps isn't just for tech startups, it works at enterprise level. I just want to talk about some of the challenges you're gonna face when you're using GitOps. It's not always smooth. Here are like three big areas to tackle, like a security. You need to use like a least privilege, and you need to manage securities as well. Multi-cluster, use layered repo structures, implementing tools like Helm or customization. Organization adoption. You need to train teams, integrate with your existing CI, and communicate value. So we started the small app, got quick wins, and then we spread across results internally. That's how we do this adoption. If you tried GitOps and hit any blockers, I would love to chat after the session. These challenges are like real, but good. So let's talk about the roadmap, like how we're going to implement the GitOps. If you are looking to adopt GitOps, here is the path I suggest. You're going to start by assessing your current process, pick a pilot app and GitOps to document your wins, scale it gradually, and measure it, like the metrics, deployment frequency, MTRs, and incident count. GitOps is a mindset shift, not just a tool adoption. It brings visibility, control, and speed to the infrastructure. So let's talk about the GitOps future and how the GitOps trend will go. So looking ahead, the future is exciting. I can see AI integration is coming. Imagine GitOps systems predicting deployment failures before they happen. Like a multi-cloud GitOps is already here. Manage AWS, GCP, and on-prem together. GitOps is even more beyond infra, like managing DBs, APIs, WAFs, and more. The GitOps workflow like working group is pushed toward interoperability and standardization. It's becoming the backbone of modern cloud ops, I can say. So those who embrace GitOps now won't just improve current processes, they will just shape the next generation of infrastructure delivery. So thank you guys. Thank you so much for listening. You can find me LinkedIn and LinkedIn if you want, you can connect there. And thanks for giving this opportunity. Thank you.